We're down here in the rooms, Crows fans, having a chat here with Riley O'Brien. Now, Berta, obviously disappointing, mate. Nixie took you straight in the rooms. What was the initial take in there?
Yeah, it's probably just a good reality check, Source. Weren't good enough in the end, both games in finals, and disappointing because our best all year was really, really good, and we probably tailed away late in the season, our last couple of games, and then the finals were not at our level. We sort of lost our mojo there, so we'll reflect on that, but it's a great, lesson for us, and it'll burn for sure. It'll burn for the off-season and the pre-season, and we'll have to just take lessons from that and take it into next year.
Obviously, we started, pretty disappointing. They scored 2 goals inside the first 30 seconds or minute, but then we were sort of able to settle. Did you feel out there, and obviously, mate, you're a key leader of our team and an integral part of our midfield as well. Did you feel like we're starting to get into the game a bit?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I mean, obviously those first couple of goals against wasn't ideal, but a couple of free kicks and whatever didn't go our way, and then we're able to settle, get the scores back even, get ourselves back in the game, and then from that point on, they were just better in a lot of facets, and it wasn't really one area. I mean, it was probably centre bounce early on in that first quarter. We sort of balanced that out the rest of the game, and then probably just all around the ground. Our ball use just wasn't connected. They were just too sharp with their hands. We couldn't slow them down, and then our contest work they were better than us as well. Yeah,
obviously teams, mate, they're setting up really well against us. Obviously, no secret last week, Collingwood took our ball movement away, Hawthorn took our ball movement away. What's really hard out there to be able to move the ball? They're just owning the corridor, they're forcing us wide, or are we being daring enough? What does it look like out there?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously want to get numbers back to clog up the lanes for our big guys, and teams have done that really well the last few weeks, but a lot of it's self-inflicted, I think, in terms of the way we're working off ball, our dare with the ball, and then just some of our connection. We had some good looks going forward, and we just missed kicks. Didn't have that connection between the forward and the kicker, so we had a lot of things that just didn't work, and it was I think the defence was really good, but a lot of it was self-inflicted, I think, as well.
Obviously, Hawthorn played finals last year. We know they've played a fair bit of footy together, and we've had an outstanding year, which we'll touch on shortly. But they come really well prepared, really well organised, and that's sort of something we want to take into next year with the learnings from playing finals footy this year.
Yeah, I mean, and we have been that for most of the year. Obviously, we finished top for that reason, but for whatever reason, we sort of lost a bit of our spark and our mojo over the last few weeks. So, and that was obviously including finals. So disappointing, but it's just a matter of how we maintain that, how we be consistent in bringing that every game, because our best is good enough. But a bit of a reality check, as I said, with the finals and 2 losses. So good chance to learn from that. It'll burn for Crows fans and for all of us. It'll burn pretty bad and pretty numb right now, but looking forward to what we can do in the future.
Obviously, mate, it's really hard as a player, but as a fan watching the game now, mate, I'd rather be losing finals than bowing out a couple of weeks ago. So let's not lose perspective on the great year we've had. Take us in some of your highlights, things that you like that we've done really well this year for for virtually most of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously finished top of the ladder. We had, I think, the most wins in Crows history, which was a good thing for the regular season. Didn't count for much in the end after 2 disappointing finals, but I mean, we can take a lot from that in terms of the growth we took in the last 18 months has been enormous as a group. Seeing guys come on, guys like Dan Curtin, Riley Philthorpe had unbelievable years, Josh Worrell, these guys are now superstars in the competition, and other guys underneath them as well. So I feel like, at our best, our ball movement was unbelievable. Our contest work was really strong, and obviously our back six had a great year as well. So we had a great year, regular season, but we got showed up in finals. We weren't good enough, and we've got a lot of work to do to be the team we need to be to win finals and have ultimate success. So it's a good reality check for us to keep getting better, and we'll do that, hit the ground running in the off-season and pre-season, and put a lot of work in and take a lot of lessons.
Beautiful, Bertie. You're a leader of our footy club, mate. Really appreciate you fronting up and answering some of the questions on behalf of the Crows fans. So well done on a great year. Disappointing, but let's come back bigger and better next year.
Absolutely. We'll be back bigger and better in 2026, and appreciate all the support, Crows fans, and we're really sorry we couldn't get it done for you the last 2 weeks, but next year we'll be fire in the belly, ready to go. So thanks.
We're joined now by the Crows defensive coach, Jack Homch. Now, Homchy, obviously just spoke to Riley, mate. Take us in the rooms as a coach's perspective. What do you guys dissect from the game?
At the moment, it's still pretty raw. Like, disappointing, clearly. Yeah. You know, we gave ourselves a great opportunity, couple of home finals, and it really disappointing that sort of overall emotion after a game. But at the same time, proud of the season we've had. Yeah. You know, to finish the season top of the ladder, we gave ourselves opportunities to play these finals matches, and this is where you want to be. You want to experience this disappointment because it means that you're in the hunt at least. So a little bit to dwell on, but Hawthorn tonight, they outplayed us, and the group got a great experience of what the step up for finals footy is. So it's something that will sit in our guts sort of and burn over the off season, and we'll work on the next year.
What's the key part, as you said, without being too negative? Obviously, a lot of our game fell apart. What's probably the one area you go, if I could just tighten that up and get that right, that would hold us in better stead? Yeah,
I just think part of it's moments. So under high pressure games, when you get opportunities to win the ball and go forward and execute, Hawthorn did that better than us tonight, and there'll be some great examples for us as a coaching group and players to look at and go, this is where finals footy is. The pressure's a little bit higher and the speed's a little bit higher, and if you don't quite nail it, you can get hurt. So we did it for majority of the year, and that'll be the biggest thing for the boys, is to embrace the moments.
As we've fallen on the back line, mate, obviously disappointing around clearance, and from there we lose field position. Obviously it's pretty hard for you boys down back, just trying to stop so many inside 50s. And Hawthorn, as we know, they're elite kicks. They make the ground big and move the ball really well. It's challenging to try and stop. Yeah,
they move the ball really well. They've got a pretty electric forward line, and we, as a team, a back line part of that, we weren't at our sharpest tonight defensively, and we know that the team defensive stuff point of view is really important, and we probably weren't quite as organised behind the ball as we'd like to be and as we have been for most of the year. So it's just one of those, if you give a forward line like that those opportunities, it is hard to defend.
Now, mate, there's a lot of things to be proud of throughout the year. Obviously, your back line, externally gets a lot of recognition, which they deserve every bit of it. So you must be really proud of, Woozle and Keeney and these guys back there as well. Even Wayne Miller was a lot better tonight.
Oh, forever proud of the group. Yeah. When you work with the guys like you do every day, they work so hard, and the strides that this group's taken this season has been really pleasing to see. You touched on Keeney and Woos. They're the two that probably publicly have got the raps, and rightfully so. But I think everyone in that group has. Wayne Miller, you touched on tonight, I thought he was outstanding as well. And Butsy, Nick Murray, James Borlace, like our key defenders, that keep getting better and better. And our smalls at ground level, like Bondi's come in and played some really strong footy for us this year too. So there is a lot of excitement and positivity in that group, and something that we'll reflect on as coaches and go through and go, we've got a pretty good group there. Yep. We're gonna keep working with them, and hopefully go a step further next year.
Appreciate you fronting up and having a chat, mate. Obviously it's a challenging night, but like you said, holistically across the year was really positive.
Yeah, no worries, Sauce. Thanks, mate.